Okay, in this room we have an alien in the center who we have to reconstruct his body parts. We have 9 slides in the middle of the room. Slides 1 and 9 cannot be moved. So your first move is to take plate 2 right here and move it to slot 8. And slot 8 will move out of the way. Then go back to plate number 2. Then we're going to moving this plate into the 7th slot right here. Now go to plate 5. And we're going to put plate 5 in place of plate 6. So just move it over 1. The next one is to move plate 2 again. And that goes to plate 5. So here's plate 2. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over to the 5th slot. Drop it in the 5th slot here. And they'll all move out of the way for you. Now again, plate 2, move that to slot 4. And then the final thing we need to do is move plate 2 to plate 3. So just move this one over 1, and that will be the end of the puzzle. We've solved it. And now we're going to have a long cutscene. Well, not a long cutscene, but it's... anyway, we get a trophy for doing that. And now we need to go over to the center console and interact with it. Press the blue screen here. Or the bluish green screen, I should say. And this part's going to be fast forwarded because we're going to run into the unitologist leader once again, and he's going to turn our bad day into an even worse one. So this is all sped up, and then I will resume normal speed once we get out of this dream sequences and everything, and then we're actually moving around the place up here. So this is a very... by the way, this is chapter 15. It's called... A Change of Fortune. We have a lot of tough battles in this game. We're playing Dead Space 3 on Impossible mode. So when we come to, we're going to see what happens here. We're going to get, he was obviously dreaming or he passed out or something. But the thing about this room is that you cannot save Ellie. Having never finished this game yet, I don't know if she perishes for good or if we're going to see her later in the game. And please, if you know the answer to that, don't spoil it. Writing a comment like that will get you banned easily. I'm blocked from my channel. So now we're moving over here through this way. We're threading our way through the flames here. And once we get into the elevator with Carver, it's going to give you a QuickTime button. I actually tested this to see if not pressing X would have Isaac go over there and try to save Ellie. But all that happens if you don't press X over here is that you perish. So unfortunately, she can't make it over here because the flames are too thick. And then just press X over here to not die and move on with this chapter here. And we're going to have another long sequence that I believe I fast forward of this dialogue between these two guys. And I just wanted to note that once you are taking control of the character once again, you can go all around the facility and go back to the places you've been, and a lot of the chests will be there again. A lot of the lockers will be up for grabs again. I did encounter like one set of enemies along the way, but most of the rooms, like 95% of the rooms, they were all empty of all the enemies. So it's very little risk. Here we're taking control of the character, and I'm going to go to the suit kiosk and to the bench to upgrade some of my items. And then, okay, yeah, take a left here. And then we're going back into the elevator. We're going to have some more exposition with these two main characters. And we will shortly be taking the helm of Isaac again. But just I would buy a lot of stuff at these benches and make some very good weapons for yourself, because we have some extremely difficult fights up ahead. Chief among your concerns over here should be upgrading your rig, getting that all maxed out. And like I said, fashioning some very powerful weapons. And like I said, you can go all around the map and get a bunch of items. And here's a couple of items that repopulated. Now I'm going to the bench, and we're proceeding to go outside where we have the first of many challenging fights. Okay, now this game really starts getting hard. I equipped the scope for this weapon here. There is a path to the right. Crouch right here and take this guy out. All these soldiers here, one-shot kills with the scope and the seeker rifle. This would be a prime example of a great way to switch shoulders here. It would help so much if you can just swap shoulders. I suppose these are, like, you're supposed to use these for cover, but I'm just getting them the shit out of the way because they suck. And, like, their grenades, and the bullets won't go through these things, but the grenades will, and they're just a waste of time. I don't want to bother with these things. We're going to have guys throwing stasis grenades at us. So if you get caught by those, let's see if I get caught by those. Anyway, I'm going to trigger the fight, fall back, just turn around, want to hear everybody coming. Rolling is pretty good actually here. See, you just got to really get to cover. One shot and I'm in the red. It's remarkable how much damage these guys take. So crouch behind cover. These guys will all come to you. One shot kills. And we also have stalkers too. Once you kill X number of enemies, so just get that thing the fuck out of the way. And you also remember you can go to the right side when you're done with this and deal with the enemies, get some loot over there. But why can't you switch shoulders? It would make complete sense here. So just listen for the sounds of the stalkers. Definitely watch out for those guys. And the roll actually works really well here. I was experiencing. I don't know if you get iframes with it. It seems like you might get iframes, but it's just so slow and lumbering that just getting back to cover is a task in itself. And then once you kill the first wave, we're going to have it. Okay, so there's that really doesn't signify the second wave. What I would consider the second wave is when we have the guys closer to the building starting to spawn. So I like to take these guys out on this narrow pathway. The stalkers, that is. So if you hear anything, just run back. Even if you don't hear anything, run back. I mean, that would be my best advice. Take these guys out. I think there's only a couple of these guys. There's not many stalkers. But these soldiers are so damn tough. And you saw how quickly I got into the red by their machine gun burst fire. Or it's not really a burst fire, is it? It's a steady stream of fire. And this scope works really well to see stuff. I mean, visibility is down and it is a factor. But just being able to see zoomed in is really comes in handy. So, what am I doing here? I thought I saw a guy over there. Looks like I'm going to have to probably go up here and spawn these enemies. If not, they're already spawned, and I'm just going to have to go up and... Because they're most likely hiding behind these barrels up here, or these crates. So I fell back right there just to be cautious. And the enemies are spawned. I'm pretty sure they're spawned. They're just hiding, and they're not engaging me right now. So pretty much the stalkers are gone. I'm just going to have to find a way to get around the barrels. Or excuse me, the crates. What am I talking about? Barrels. So now I'm going to go over here, see if I can see anything else. Looks like... Zooming in, see if that helps. I mean, I was kind of getting pissed off. There they are. There's that asshole taking a piss over there. That son of a bitch. One hit kill right there. And just wait for the music to subside. That means you're done with the battle. Looks like we have this guy left. And these guys rush you. That's the thing. And with the scope on, they could get out of your. I mean, they could be in the black area of that screen. And that's one of the downfalls of using the zoom. And I'm actually going to be taking it off. But for this section, I thought it was really helpful to have it on. Anyway, I think all these guys are gone. But we do have a very, very... The hardest section I've done so far in this game is going to conclude this chapter. I don't know if it's the hardest chapter in this game, but it's definitely the hardest, because I haven't done this game completely yet, but definitely the hardest fight that I've come across thus far. And in all honesty, it only took me probably 15 tries So don't get disheartened whatsoever. We're going to go up this lift now and go to the next section. So this is not a long chapter. It clocked in at less than 20 minutes, actually. Okay, yeah, here's a hard fight. Now, this part, I wouldn't say that you're penalized for not being stealthy here. See that chopper overhead? It'll shoot you if it sees you, but you can get back into cover so quickly, and once you start hiding, it'll just give up. See, you said, where'd he go? It looked like he saw me or something. I do get spotted over here, and it's not the end of the world, trust me. This is actually a high yield spot over there, and I'm just going with the flow over here. Our goal is to get into the place where the fire is up there, and once we get up there, there's no real threat of that chopper. It's just one aspect of this part that you have to deal with. So I think I get seen right here. I'm not the best at stealth games. In fact, I'm very poor at stealth games. Nope, looks like he didn't see me, but I know he sees me at some point. But he just shoots that machine gun fire, and if you can just get back into cover really quickly, you're going to be fine. And looks like I'm all good for now. It's hard to get into this last stretch without getting seen, though. Yep, target spotted. I need to get back into cover and just wait until he forgets about me, or he can't see me anymore. Basically, equip your force gun or your kinetic projector. We're going to be doing a last rush over here, and even though I have the kinetic projector with stasis, I stasis first anyway with the stasis module. Maybe not here, but just as a precaution, just a double precaution, because the last section after this is very, very tough. So it looks like we only had 2 guys in there. That was nice. Gonna smash some barrels up. And I believe we are going to be moving on to the final section. It's just hard because there's no checkpoint, and what we're dealing with is a bunch of slasher enemies at first, and then a bunch of snipers simultaneously with twitcher enemies. So it makes for a very tough fight. I mean, I've never done such a tough fight in this game thus far. Okay, yeah, so this is the room right before that final fight, and I'm just going to equip the plasma cutter, just because I'm not trying to conserve bullets. Hell, I have like 500 bullets for each gun or something like that, but the guy spawns right over here, so I like to just take this guy out, and then you notice I'm going to switch to vertical aim when he's in that position so I can get a limb off, and do your little roll over here. Watch out for the grenades. In this spot right here, you're very safe, very, very safe. So I'm stasising guys, getting them delimbed. Pretty much, if you need to like stasis and do the reload, just stasis first. It doesn't make any sense to try to get a reload off when enemies are rushing you. So that's always what I do. I stasis. Even if it's not particularly necessary, then I hit. Now these guys right here, stasis first. Even though I'm going to be using the kinetic projector which has stasis, these guys will kill you in a couple hits. 1 hit if you're low like me right now. 2 hits if you're in the green. So I'm stasising, using the seeker rifle, using the kinetic projector. There's probably 5 of these guys, and they do like to rush you. So you stay in the back kind of. Here, the sniper is not an issue right here, but he will be an issue once we kill all these guys. The bad thing about the sniper and all these snipers is that you'll have the reticule right on these guys, and it's just not going to hit them if you're behind a piece of cover. You have to expose yourself to actually hit these guys, and exposing yourself means putting yourself up to great harm and great risk, great potential risk. So I'm just gonna have to put my nose out. I'm gonna have to be vulnerable. See, I was in the red. I healed right there, like right here. Could not see. You just cannot hit this guy. It's actually really bullshit. I hate that. The Kinesis module reached that guy actually. So that's the first wave of this whole battle done. The second wave is very, very tough. We're gonna go to the door where our goal is. It's locked, and then we're gonna have a bunch of snipers spawning up on the rooftops, and the first Twitcher will spawn after you've killed the first sniper guy. So I like to stay. I think standing behind that snow vehicle right there is too risky. And by the way, that's the high yield spot for the bot. Standing behind that is too risky. So I'm just gonna go over here. The fight spawns right over here. So I am gonna stay here just to get this, just to kill one of these guys. See right here, the shots aren't even connecting. These these rockets they shoot at you, they can be thrown back with the Kinesis module. But I'm just trying to take foes out. Now I'm gonna head back over here via the double roll. And I'm just going to use stasis like it's going out of style. And eventually this whole, with the zoom, with the scope in, I couldn't see these enemies. So eventually I'm just going to switch to just the tried and true. Stasis, shoot these guys a hell of a lot of times, reload, stasis until they're all gone. Now you notice the rocket launcher guys, they're throwing rockets over here. You can get hit over here. It's not a guaranteed spot, but this is the safest place I could stand. I looked all over the place on the map to find a place, and this was the final place that I just said this is working the best. So once those guys are dead, you notice I'm in the red or the yellow or the red, somewhere around that area. I have no more. See how many healing packs I went through there? It's just bizarre. So looks like I have one more sniper guy to take out, and if I could just take this guy out, I'll be fine. And unfortunately, he's going to make me expose myself and be vulnerable here. I don't want to get hit by a rocket, otherwise I would be dead. I probably could have stasised him, but that's a nightmare. That's the hardest fight thus far in the game, and it might prove to be the hardest fight in this game. Look, but I'm in the red. And then, of all the things they make you do this crummy Dead Space Ignition-esque puzzle here, or mini game. But that's it. I'm gonna head on out of here. You guys just enjoy this game if you can. It's very hard to actually enjoy this game, and I'll be seeing you in Chapter 16. I look forward to many more tough confrontations and taking you through said confrontations. Really appreciate the support that I've been met with so far in the guide. Make sure you thumbs up all these videos if you like them. If you don't, just ignore or dislike. Make sure you also thumbs up the playlist for this video guide to increase the guide's visibility, and leave comments at your own discretion, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So with that done, we're going to go through the door, and that's the end of the chapter.